Hello my subscribers and viewers. Today I'm going to show a work in progress stuff for the new Gundam game, Gundam SD Gundam Battle Alliance. I already found a way how to modify the Gundam we select and playable units, so I already found the data for that stores the IDs of all units. I guess I'm not sure whether I can choose both units, but I'm gonna show you work in progress modifier of the selected unit. So it's just a proof of concept that it's an Unreal Engine game, and you can see me selecting a gym unit, which is this one. But if I go back to the main menu, let's see now. So as you can see, these are the units I already have unlocked that are available for the player here, but I'm gonna change the ID to some other unit which I already found out. The IDs are random, so you have to know how to find the IDs. There is a ways, if you have experience as modding games, you should be able to find the IDs of all the units you want, because they're basically stored in the game. So you have to find a static memory and something that's not changing, and then you have to use your brain and then see, I'm gonna find out a list of IDs, and that's how you do find the modifier. Now you will see me going back to the main menu, brief screen or pre-battle menu, whatever else it is, and I have changed it to a unit that's not currently available. So I'm browsing the list of IDs, and these IDs I found easily. I'm gonna tell you the IDs of this game is not just few bytes, it's several bytes. So you have to be careful what you are searching for if you wanna modify the unit you wanna play as. Let's continue and see what kind of IDs we can get here, and select the Nepion. Alright, I'm wondering if I can get some playable versions of, there are so many IDs here that honestly I don't know. Changing those to Gundam material. Alright, I'm trying to find out if it's possible to, use the bosses, so-called model armors. Not sure they're listed in that list. Maybe I'm just going to a list of playable mobile suits, and in that case we'll have to find the IDs the hard way. So there are several ways to find the IDs of units that you want, but one way is to actually go into battle with that set unit you want to play as and check what, if possible, if its ID is being loaded by some of the functions that says your ID. So you can see, find a pointer to the ID and then get the ID. Of course, if it's a random ID, then it's even worse, because maybe game changes them between loading the game itself, or maybe it just generates those as way some kind of pointers. But it's not very hard to obtain the IDs, correct IDs. It's not really very hard. Let's see. If I'm just going to playable IDs, so far I don't see any mobile armor. I'm going to... I remember back in time we had the same kind of list of IDs displayed for the Gundam full extreme versus full boost and extreme versus back on the PS3 console. It was the same way, IDs of units listed into the executable file of the game, and you just scroll through these IDs, find the ID of the boss unit you want to control, and then replace an ID of a unit you have available. Swap the ID. So basically, when you select the normal playable unit, you basically select the boss unit instead. So maybe the way is here as well. So we're gonna see if that's possible and what kind of errors do we have. Basically, the structure here is that we have some kind of IDs and maybe pointers leading to a data for that unit. And I remember back in time I had to make fixes for icons because it was crashing the game when we tried to play as non-playable units because they lacked portraits and stuff like that. Oh, let's just see what kind of IDs we have here. Gundam 0. So far the only thing I see is probably list of playable units. If only I know of ID boss unit, will be a different story. The way for me to obtain those IDs is to go find those mobile armors and see if they have some specific ID that's been loaded into the stage. Then try to use this ID or find the IDs of non-playable units listed somewhere into the game's memory. Let's continue on. You can see the list of cast. There are so many playable units here. I can see by the list of the IDs. You can see me swapping units to different ones every time I go back to the menu. We have turn A. I believe these are only IDs of playable units so far. Okay, we're continuing. This is a DLC unit. I can see that we have a pointer that after the ID, which probably means that let's see. All right, yes. Which means maybe there is a way to get the IDs. Disable units. So many units here. There are so many units. By the way, I'm going to release a list of codes for the game. My server, download those. My very first table for the game. Alright. My mistake is that the value resets every time I'm going to freeze the value and change it to something I want. Is that a boss unit? It says final battle. When you mod games, always use Notepad, because you have to write stuff in your Notepad which you won't forget. And always remember to find the original pattern codes or the codes that write to these addresses you want to modify. You found, because every time the game resets, you may lose access to this address, and the IDs may change in the case of this game. So if you have the function, you find the pointer, you find the address, it's easier for you to basically construct the engine of your work, your mods. And let's see, more list of IDs. And when you choose non-playable unit, either make big game crashes, or you won't get access to all its attacks, or you get access to all its attacks. It depends on how they are made, because usually units that are not meant to be controllable lack input data for their skills and abilities, which you have also to fix later on. Basically, I'm showing you almost every probably playable unit in the game this way. I am still one way in the list of IDs I just found. There's so many units here. I believe it's around 100. wish IDs were like some bytes, sequential number, but unfortunately they are not. So if you wanna play as non-playable units, you have to find the hard way the IDs for them, maybe going to a stage, or there's no other way unless you find some method to get the IDs. So far the only thing I see is disable units. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any non-playable units into the list of those IDs. You can find more information. I will be posting information about my findings and stuff on my server, and I'll be sharing some tables with the public there, and my Patreons. Link to my Patreon is available on the description of this video. Patrons will receive early access to my work, and as thanks. So thanks for watching this video. If I find out a way to control non-playable units in this game, I will be the first to showcase that. Till then, see you next time.